Hey everyone, Clio here, welcome to my channel, and today is World Book Night, and so I wanted to do just a quick video to put it out there in celebration of this night, and just because I wanted to talk about my current reading plans. So I'm just going to give an update about what I'm currently reading, what I got today in the mail, and some other things that I received. So basically I took the day off tomorrow because I really feel like I need a day off with the difficulty that I've been having focusing while working from home. So luckily, because my holiday is no longer going to be able to continue, I am moving some of those days that I'd foreseen for that holiday. And so one of those days is now going to be moved to tomorrow. So I have a long weekend, and next weekend actually is also going to be a long weekend, so very nice reading plans. I am going to talk to you guys about the 3 books that I am currently reading. I don't know whether I'll be dedicating my entire weekend to these 3. Definitely I'm not going to be I'm not going to be finishing all 3 of them, because definitely that would be super ambitious, because one of them is a chunker and I'm like a fifth of the way in that one. But so the first book that I'm currently reading, and this is a little bit of a priority because there is a read-along and the show is being hosted on Sunday, so I would hope to be able to get it done by Sunday, and that is Invisible Women, Exposing Data Bias in a World Designed for Men by Caroline Criado Perez. This is a book all about the way in which females are kind of being, like the way in which we are being disregarded, or the way in which statistics are working against us in a world in which the general is usually considered to be the male experience. So I've already read the introduction at this point. I do think I want to get a little bit further in this still today, and then I still have like 3 more days to finish it, so normally that shouldn't be a problem. I think it's a very interesting book so far in any case, and it's made me feel quite righteously indignant as a female, though it's in no way neither trying to put blame on the males or anything like that. It's just kind of showing how there's this way of not thinking about the fact that when we talk about the general man, meaning humanity, we're kind of mostly looking at the male perspective of things. Another book that I'm currently still going through is Killing Commendatory by Haruki Murakami. My goal was to finish this 2 weeks ago, I think. My goal was to finish this in 2 days. It's definitely not happening. And that is in no way taking anything away from this book. I'm thoroughly enjoying it, but I am finding it, I find that I need a slower pace to get through this one, so I kind of usually just read a chapter, maybe 2 chapters, and then have a break and kind of digest what I've just been reading. And so I am currently at the halfway point, but I do hope to be able to kind of push myself into a little bit of a faster reading pace so that I can finish this as well by Sunday, hopefully, so that I can maybe squeeze in another read still this month. And then the 3rd book, which is the longest book I've had on my currently reading list at this point. I think I started in maybe even January, but I think definitely February, and now there's a read-along being hosted for it, which I think if I'm going at the current pace I can get caught up by Sunday with that one, and that is Duck's Newburyport by Lucy Ellman. I no longer have the dust jacket on it. So this is a chunk at 1,000 pages, and it is stream of consciousness, so not really my style. However, it's not bothering me that much, this style. So it's basically just 1,000 pages of the thoughts of a Ohio housewife, and it's indeed very stream of consciousness. You know, I just read Madam Mrs. Dalloway, and that was stream of consciousness, but you still have a lot more of an idea about what is happening, and there's a little bit more of a storyline to it, whereas this is really just thoughts, and you kind of get glimpses of what is happening through her thoughts, but it's not like you really know what is happening, what she's doing. You just know what she's thinking about. But I am finding it rather enjoyable, and I find it's like once you're reading, it's like very relaxing, but it's also difficult to get a lot of reading done in it because it's just thoughts, and like your mind starts to drift at certain points. But now, since yesterday or 2 days ago or something like that, the audiobook appeared on script. And the audiobook has been a lifesaver for me because I can play The Sims and have that audiobook on in the background, and it actually works relatively well because I tried it out and I was kind of expecting for me to be zoning out all the time and so not being able to follow with the audiobook. But I am actually finding that I am processing a lot of what is being said while being able to play the game, and because there is a possibility of zoning out for a couple of seconds without really losing track of what is happening, it's also something that actually works quite well for me. So I have been getting through like some 50 pages a day for the last couple of days, which is progress that I never expected to be able to do. So I am going to be continuing with that in the next coming days so that I can catch up to that read-along, maybe get a little bit of a head start in the week to come. But it's not a priority. It is going to be on my pile of possibilities for May, so I expect, I'm planning on finishing it in May, so preferably I get like about to the halfway mark at least for this one now. Okay, so those are my current reads. As I said, I might put something else in there, and that is actually something that I just received today. So I just received 3 books in the mail. They all came at the same time in 3 separate boxes, as is of course the case when you order stuff online recently. But so I ordered Saga Volume 2 and Volume 3. So I started this at the beginning of this month, I think. I liked the first one, but I felt like the first one was really just like set up. It's really just starting your story, and you don't really get a sense of like, if the only reason for me not to continue would have been if I would have been totally annoyed with the characters or anything like that. But it was also not like I was super intrigued by that first story, just because it's really just like, it could have been like the first 5 minutes of a movie, for example. You know, in my opinion, not a whole lot happens. Things happen, but it feels more like a setup towards what's going to be coming afterwards. So I'm very interested in continuing with these now and seeing like my thoughts on them, whether I want to continue or not. But in any case, these are short, like together they are under 300 pages, I think, or just over 300. So I might try to still read these tonight and get a good start to my long weekends that way. And then the other book that came in the mail that I don't plan on reading this weekend, though part of me is really interested to see what is going to happen, is Crooked Kingdom, so the sequel to Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. I read Leigh Bardugo in my previous extended weekend, so 2 weeks ago I think, and I read it all in one day. I enjoyed it, but there were certain elements in it that I felt to be like things that are often done in these types of stories that I'm kind of bored of seeing happening. And so I'm not entirely sure where I stand with that book, and especially not where I stand with this one. Now, I've seen that a lot of people actually prefer Crooked Kingdom to Six of Crows, so that makes me intrigued, because the biggest problem I had with Six of Crows was its lead up to its second book. So I'm kind of expecting to dislike this one. So I would very much like for this book to disprove my expectation and to surprise me and to do stuff that I had never expected it to do with it, and thus elevate my entire view on this series. And so in any case, I am really interested in continuing with this one. I'm really looking forward to see what it's going to do. I'm really hoping for it to prove that I'm just prejudiced in my views on these types of books, on like the fact that I'm starting to feel like YA can no longer surprise me. I really wanted to disprove me on that, and so it is definitely something that I'm really looking forward to, otherwise I wouldn't have bought it. But for the time being, it's not on my radar for this weekend in any case, but very soon. And then in non-book related content, I just wanted to share some of the things that I also got. So I got a bullet journal in the mail, and so I want to be starting a reading journal in here. So I saw some stuff on Chloe's channel, Books with Chloe, where she was doing a bookish bullet journal, and it really got me inspired to do my own, and because I've been wanting to do it before, but I never really was satisfied with like what would I want to put in there. But she gave some good ideas about what I could put in there, so now I want to do it. And then I also got a sketchbook and some charcoal, because when I was young I used to do like an arts class once a week, and I wasn't really good or anything like that, but I really love charcoal, and that's really like the one thing that I enjoyed the most. And so I've been meaning for a time to get started with it again, and so I am going to try and see if I still have some skill with it or kind of work with it. I'm not that great at drawing, but I would really love it if I was able to include some charcoal drawings into the bullet journal, for example. So we'll see. But so I just wanted to give a quick update, check in with you guys, and then yeah, let you get on with your World Book Night. So I will be reading here with some nice treats and a candle lit, of course. So enjoy your World Book Night, and let me know down below what you will be doing tonight and what you will be reading for this perfect cozy night to that can hopefully steer our thoughts away from the current situation for a bit. But so yeah, see you guys, bye.